Hey folks, this is Scott with SimpleSpider.com. Today I'm going to be going over a workaround for the recent issue with Windows Live Writer and Blogger. If you're here now, you're probably already aware that Windows Live Writer quit working with your Blogger posts just this last couple days, right around May 26th to May 28th. That's because of planned action by Google where they are deprecating some of their unsecure connections, and Microsoft has not been updating their software. It looks like Microsoft is working with Google to fix this issue, but as of now, when you're using Windows Live Writer, you're not going to be able to post to Blogger. Alright, so here's a quick workaround I've put together. So let me just go through a quick demo of this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install a mail client on my machine. If you've already got a mail client, you can use the mail client you've already got. But I'm going to go ahead and download the Microsoft free mail client here. And I've already got this downloaded. I've just gone out to windows.microsoft.com, Windows Live Essentials. If you just do a search for this, you'll find this. And I've got this product downloaded here. I'm going to go ahead and install the Essentials. If you've got Windows Live Writer, you've already got this product, but you may not have the mail client itself. And we're going to be using Windows Live Writer to create our post, to do the design, and then we're going to be using our email client to upload them, and I'll get to that in a second. But here I've clicked on the installer, and it says I can install what's recommended, which is basically everything, or I can choose what I want. I'm going to go down and I'm going to say I'm going to choose what I want. I'm going to unclick Messenger. I don't really like Messenger myself. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not one of the tools that I use. And you can see here that I already have some products already installed, but I'm going to get here is the mail client. And I'm going to go ahead and say install. Again, if you've already got a mail client, you can skip past this step. I'm just getting the mail client here so that after we get done with our post, we can upload the post through the mail client, which will save us from having to manually upload our images. So a few people have done the same solution or talked about a similar solution to this, where they've said go ahead and design in a Windows Designer, grab your source out of the Windows Live Writer, and then upload it in a post. Well, the problem with this is it's not going to bring up your images. So you get to your post and then you're manually fixing images, and you're manually fixing any of the rich text that did not come over correctly. With the email client, we're able to actually do our post as it's designed. So I've got the Windows Live Essentials, the mail installed now, and I'm going to go ahead and open here my Windows Live email, which is right here. And it just says, do I want to use this as my default program? I'll go ahead and say yes. You can see I've already got this set up, configured already for myself. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create an account. So I'm going to go ahead and choose accounts and email. And I'm going to go ahead and enter my email account that I have with Google already. This will be the same as my Blogger account, and I should already have a Google account with them. Enter my password. Tell it to remember my password. Enter my username. This will be the name that displays for my email, and make this my default email account, and I will say next here, and it'll say okay, I've added this email. Now this is going to take a couple seconds for this to go ahead and this gave me a password problem. I'm just going to go ahead and straighten that out right now. Okay, and it's going to go ahead and create my email account here, and it's going to load my emails from Gmail into an email client on my local machine. So that's all I'm really doing with this step, is I'm just getting my Google account to work, my Gmail account to work with an email client locally, so I'm not going out to the browser. This is no different than using the browser to go out and use your Gmail account. Alright, from here, I'll go ahead and remove this account because now I've got two accounts. I've got it here already set up. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and do my open my Windows Live Writer program, and I'm going to create a post. And here I'm going to put a picture inside my post, just so you can see the difference of the functionality of you dragging and dropping it in there and you using the tool to upload your image. And so now I've got a very simple post, just says testing it, and it just has a picture loaded in here. And of course, if I say, okay, go ahead and publish this, I get this error at this time, and that's the error that we're working around currently. So what most people are saying is to go ahead and say, hey, look at the source, grab this and upload this. The problem, again, as I've said, is that this image right here, this source, is this image. It's not going to upload if I copy the source up. And now I'm going to have to go and find all my images in Blogger and try to fix those images. So that makes a real problem for me, especially if I've got 5, 6 images, manually going through and updating and fixing every one of those images. So I'm going to skip that step, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a Control A and copy everything from here, and I'm going to do a Control C. And I'm going to copy this. I'm going to do one setting to my Blogger account, and you may already have this setting set up and not know it, but I'm going to go ahead and set it so that you can see where to set this up at. And I'm going to go ahead and go directly into my settings on my blog account. And I'm going to go to mobile and email. And here it shows me that I can upload, post using email, publish email immediately. When I send an email to this email address, it's going to immediately post whatever email I send to this email address. Now right here is a key that's going to be unique to me. Now mine says any key right now, but normally this would be an encrypted key that only I would know, so that if somebody else sends an email to this address, they don't know the address to send the email to, and nothing gets posted to my site. So I want to make this a complex code here, so it's not just my account name or not just this any key as that. And I want to say publish email immediately and save these settings. I've already done this. Just want you to be aware that you'll need to do this prior to using this email address to upload your post. So now that I've copied my post and I've got my email set up, I'm going to go ahead and create a new email. I'm going to go ahead and create a new email message. And here I'm going to send it to that email address that we had set up there just a second ago in my Blogger settings. So this is the email address. I'm going to give this subject line is going to be the title of the post. So I'm going to go ahead and write that right here, post title and test. And I'm going to go ahead and now paste in this information. You'll see here now I have my image in my email, I have my text and my image in the email. So now when I send this email, I've got a mistake here. I mistyped the email address. I'll straighten that out right there. So now this is the key that I've put in there plus my user account and the Blogger. And here I go ahead and I'll say send now. And when I say send, I'll give this a second. This will take a few minutes for it to do the uploads, and depending on the number of images, it may take me quite some time to actually see this show up here. But if I refresh this a couple times, you'll see here now this post is now here. And if I view my blog, open link in new window, I'll go ahead and open it up. I'll see that it not only took my post title, it took my text and it took my image and it uploaded it for me. So again, very similar to what a few other people have said about getting around this, where they've gone and they've taken the source and they've gone and they've said new post and they've gone to their HTML section and just pasted it in here. The only difference that I found here is that what I'm saving here is that when I upload this, that I'm not having to relink my images and upload all my images to Blogger. Hopefully Google and Microsoft work out a solution to this. And Microsoft has pretty much deprecated Windows Live Writer, but I still think it's one of the better tools out there to use. And when Google did this, they broke several of the other blog editing tools that are out there. So I still think this is the method to use right now until Windows or Microsoft and Google can get this problem resolved. I will tell you that once this is done, you will have two things that you could still get hit by. And so I'll come in here and I'll look at my post. One is that I've lost things like labels. I don't have labels loaded now, so I'll have to come in here and edit, and I'll have to add my labels in. I've also lost, if I've uploaded this with a URL, what I've noticed is if the URL comes up, that I'll actually have to change the URL. Sometimes the URL doesn't post correctly through the email. But other than that, my design has all stayed when I've copied it out of Windows Live Writer into an email and sent the email to do the publish portion that Windows Live Writer was previously doing for me. Okay, so this was Scott from SimpleSpider.com. Stay tuned for updates on this issue at my blog at blog.simplespider.com. Thanks, folks.